Stephen Howson, Full-Time Devils. I have got the most amazing news for everybody. Manchester United and Juventus have, according to L'Equipe at least, reached an agreement for the transfer of Paul Pogba. They are saying it's going to be 120 million euros, which equates to around about £100.5 million. So that's 100 and 500,000. Unbelievable. Now the headline in L'Equipe, I've got it off the camera here. Paul Pogba, Juventus to Manchester United is officially recorded. That is their headline. They're saying all parties agreed late on Wednesday, today, that Manchester United and Paul Pogba and Juventus have all come to an agreement over the transfer and the sale of Paul Pogba to Manchester United, and that he will become a Manchester United player. Wow. When was the last time that you saw a Europa League side sign anybody for a world record fee? The statement of intent that Manchester United have put out right now by making this transfer is incredible. Now, I'll hold my hands up and say I did not really fancy Mourinho as Manchester United manager. I might have even gone as far to say I do not want him as Manchester United manager. I had my reservations over what he would be doing with the youth. I had my reservations over what he would be doing with the antics and all sorts of other stuff as well. But in the first, 3 weeks of his tenure as Manchester United manager, here's what he's done. He's come in and he's directly addressed the fact that we needed goals and assists last season by adding Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Henrik Mkhitaryan, who looked fantastic against Wigan. And what has he done now? He has added to the stature of Manchester United. One of the 10 problems that we said Jose Mourinho needed to fix was the stature of Manchester United has taken a beating over the last 3 years. Not anymore, boys and girls. Jose Mourinho, Ed Woodward, you have to give him some credit as well, with the transfer of Paul Pogba, have just gone, bosh, Manchester United are not messing around. We are here, not playing games next season. The whole Premier League, the whole of world football is on notice. Paul Pogba, whether you think £100 million is crazy for a transfer, it's been crazy since it was £1 million. This is the modern market. TV money is push the prices up through the roof. Juventus are a top tier club. You can't get players out of a top tier club on the cheap unless they want to sell. We've gone to Juventus. We've just started peeling off £20 notes until they've said yes. We've taken their player. This isn't a player that was at the end of his career. This isn't a player that was at the club wanted to get rid of and a massive big wage suck. This was a player approaching his peak at a club where they've been Champions League finalists. They're winning back-to-back titles at a canter over there in Serie A. This is a player that's integral to that, and we've just come and we've taken him. That is what Manchester United should have been doing for the last decade, but we've not been doing because we've been paying 100 million to the Glazers every single year. So if you think 100 million on Pogba is too much, what about the 1 billion that we've had to pay just because it's got the Glazers' name over the door at Old Trafford? Ridiculous. Thank God we've spent it on a player. That's going to improve us. That improves the stature of the club. I'm mega excited going into the start of the new season. Jose Mourinho has got all my respect. I take back everything I said about him. He has started off Manchester United like an absolute rocket. You couldn't have predicted. How can this be improved, what he's done so far? L'Equipe are saying that this transfer is now about to go ahead. They're saying 120 million euros, 101 million pounds, so 100.5 million pounds. Negotiations will now be formalised and he will become a Manchester United player. I believe Sky are just picking this up now as well. My phone and everything's popping off at the moment, as you can tell. Everything's just going crazy. Paul Pogba to Manchester United is about to go down. If this is all correct, then we have made an incredible statement of intent about what we're going to be doing going forward. This season is just about to get crazy, crazy interesting. When will we see him first? I know the guy's got to get here yet, hasn't he? Does this confirm that we saw Mourinho say Pogba on his whiteboard? I don't know. I think Mourinho's got doctor's handwriting, so we'll never be able to tell. But this transfer, if this transfer does come off, and everything's pointing that this is about to come off as well now, it all stacks up, doesn't it? All the reports that we've seen over the last few weeks, no one was countering it. No one was like, this isn't happening, this is bullshit, which you normally get with transfers. Sometimes someone will say it is happening, someone will say it's not happening, and all that was happening with this, everyone sort of supported what everyone else was saying, that United have pretty much made agreement with the player and that they was going to have to convince Juventus to sell. And then over the last week that transpired into United are going to be launching an official bid. And then yesterday, the last couple of days, it was United have launched this official bid, which Juventus have knocked back. Well, that was the first bid, so you expect more bids to go in. And now L'Equipe are saying that, obviously, we paid the money that they asked. Maybe they just said, listen, that's how much we want rather than playing games. We've paid the money. We're getting the player. This is absolutely incredible. I, for one, cannot wait. This is a fantastic transfer for Manchester United. Let's hope we can finalise it. Come on.